different types of investments that we have that you can put your money in Nigeria. We have stocks, we have treasury bills, we have mutual funds, we have real estate. All these are investment types that you can put your money in and watch it grow over time. And subsequently, I will be explaining which you can start with depending on how you earn, your level of earning. Are you a low income earner, middle income earner, or high income earner? How you can start on each of these investment types. Welcome. So today's episode, we are talking investing. I'm sure a number of you have been waiting for this topic, so today you have it. So our topic today is investing for beginners. Investing for beginners, starting your journey with confidence. My name is Asosa and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been learning so far and you've not clicked subscribe, I don't know how I've offended you, but I beg you, please subscribe. Tap subscribe and turn on post notification. If you have learned just one time, 2 times, it means you can learn way more times. So why not be reminded when next I post a video? So tap, please, and thank you. Let's get right into it. So if you're asking why invest, just in case you're having the why invest questions, why should you invest? Money isn't meant to be earned and spent actively without growing it, because if you keep doing that, you would be living in what we call paycheck to paycheck, like be living from paycheck to paycheck, and that is not a way to live life. Nobody who enjoys the good of life lives paycheck to paycheck, and we are meant to enjoy life. I mean, God sent us down here to the earth for us to enjoy the good in which He has made. So if you don't want to set up yourself into living from salary to salary or paycheck to paycheck, wherever you receive your pay, you need to invest. That is the reason we're having this topic today, because it's very, very essential, that you invest. So I'll be breaking it down from the basics. We have investment types. I'll also talk about risk and return, and I'll talk about your financial goals. Because based on your financial goals and your level of risk, the kind of risk you can take, that is what decides the kind of investment that you put your money in. Different types of investment that we have that you can put your money in Nigeria. We have stocks, we have treasury bills, we have mutual funds, we have real estate. All these are investment types that you can put your money in and watch it grow over time. And subsequently, I will be explaining which you can start with depending on how you earn, your level of earning. Are you a low income earner, middle income earner, or high income earner? How you can start on each of these investment types. Speaking of risk and returns, these investment types, their risk, the threshold of risk varies, the level of risk vary. We have one that has very high risk, one medium risk, and some very low risk. So it just really depends on which one you choose. That is how you would decide whether you can bear high risk or very low risk. My kind of person, I do not like anything high risk. It's one of the reasons why I do not do crypto. I forgot to mention crypto as an investment type earlier. I don't do crypto because I do not have that risk threshold. I don't like high risk. So I'd rather just put my money in things that I know that the risk is extremely minimal. Things like real estate, things like shares. Those two are my go-to any day, anytime. Now, speaking of your financial goals, earlier I mentioned 3 things that I wanted to highlight. I wanted to highlight investment types and risk and return and financial goals. So speaking on financial goals now, we all have different financial goals, and your financial goal can be from time to time. It might not be like a long-term per se, depending on your person, but we all should actually have long-term goals. No matter how short a financial goal you might have, you should also have long-term goals. And the long-term goal is like your retirement plan. If you watch my previous video, you will see where I talked about retirement planning. I will drop the link somewhere around here so that you can click on the video to watch if you didn't watch it. So having a long-term goal helps that you don't think of what the future has for you. The future does not take care of itself. You ensure that your future is fine, and that's why you need to have a long-term goal. If you're having a short-term goal, maybe you're having education, you're saving up to travel out of the country for your PhD or whatever, that kind of short-term goal would definitely tell on the kind of investment form that you put your money in. For such goals, you can't do shares because shares are definitely long-term. You need to put your money there for a longer time for you to get a reasonable amount of proceeds. So for that kind of goal, you can even still do real estate. So depending on where you buy, you can buy some properties that you can flip in 2 years and they give you great return. So you can see the difference. So depending on your goal, whether you have a short-term goal or a long-term goal, this will determine the kind of investment type you're putting your money into. If you have anything I have not said, any questions that you have, please just drop it in the comments. I will definitely leave a reply, or I might do an entirely new video talking about that question. Now let's move on to building your portfolio. We're talking investment, right? Investment for beginners. So we've talked about the basics, which includes the investment types, the risk and returns, and lastly, financial goal. And we're talking about building your portfolio. It's important that you understand how you should do this and why you should do this. In as much as you understand that you should invest, also know that the most returns comes from when you diversify your portfolio. I mean, you have a mix of this investment form and this investment form. You don't just buy just one type of investment because it puts you at risk. In case there's a crash or there's a fall or something happens, it means all your money is gone. But if you have diversification of investment vehicles, it helps that even if one is crashing or one is not doing so well, you have another one that is leveraging, that is helping you balance your portfolio. So first thing first, start small. From wherever it is that you are, fingers are not equal. Same thing, income is not equal, incomes are not equal. Whatever it is that you do, don't write it off that because you don't earn a certain amount in a month, you don't need to invest. That's the beginning of you having no plan at all, and that's you setting up yourself for long-term failure when it comes to finances. That is you setting your financial health at a huge risk. So start from small. You can put aside 1,000 naira every single time, and once it's gathered, you can invest it. It's the same you that if your income increases, you can set aside 10,000, 100,000 naira to invest. But if you don't start from the 1,000, you cannot set aside the 10,000. So start small. There are shares that you can put your money in. There are VOO shares of that you can use, like 10,000 naira. VOO means that's S&P 500 shares. It's VOO in Nigeria because we cannot buy directly from these huge companies like Vanguard that are abroad. So we have platforms in Nigeria like Grove and Bamboo that we can buy shares from. So a combination of these big 500 companies abroad that are doing so well is where those S&P 500 shares come from. So it's called VOO. That is an ETF on the platform that we can buy it from in Nigeria. So if you want to start with the VOO shares, it means little of these company shares all together in one place. It means you have a bit of these top 500 companies in the US. So if you want to start with VOO shares, you can start with like 10,000 from what you have. You buy into the market when it is open. If you need more knowledge on how to do this, I have a class where I teach this on WhatsApp. It's called my community's money moves group. You can text me, drop in the comments that you want to register, and I would send you a message on how you can get registered into that class so that you can get the actionable tips on how you can begin to invest in shares from whatever amounts that you have. You starting small. After you know to start small, the next thing is to diversify. I already mentioned that for you to minimize risk, you have to diversify your portfolio. It is very, very important that you diversify. The third thing you need to note is the time. Time is very, very important. See, for every investment form, always think long term because it compounds. The power of compounding is huge. It's so powerful what you can get when something compounds over time. There are those that have their retirement plans set on shares, like they saved for a period, they bought shares and kept for a period of 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years even, when they are older and gray, they have something to fall back on. So never look down on the power of compounding. So time is very important when you are looking at building your portfolio. Time is extremely important. Always look long term. You can have short term goals, but just know that the best is gotten from investment when you are looking long term. So the essential tools that you can begin with as a beginner, look at platforms like Cowrywise. I talked about this in my other videos. To PiggyVest, to save. You can buy little real estate shares. They call it fractional real estate on PiggyVest. There's other opportunities to do that. You can actually also buy dollars. If you're looking to invest in dollars, it's also a form of investment. Since Naira to dollar is not so strong right now, you already know that. Always research. Like, that's why you hear a lot of this is not a financial advice, because people are so quick to blame other people when they have issues with a particular finance platform. So always do your research, but it is important to invest. Know that. So anything else I've not said and you have questions on, please drop it in the comments. If I need to do an entire new video on it, I will. But as a beginner, these are the steps, these are the things that you need to know to help you get started. Very important again, I need to mention it, that let it compound. The best ROI, return, is gotten when you allow your investment compound over time. The power of compounding is huge. So I'll see you again on my next video, and I hope that you have tapped that subscribe button.